hello everybody, and welcome back to, God, it feels like it's been a million years since we've been here, to Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos, a Dork Tales Patreon exclusive. Thank you all wonderful patrons for being here live, and thank you for the rest of the Dorkiverse for enjoying this later on YouTube, and possibly our restreams on Twitch. If you're not already watching them, go watch them. Welcome everybody back to school for our wrap up of year two. Oh my god, year two. I am Christa. I use she, they, or her, them pronouns, and I am your DM here. So let us introduce to everybody. Hello, Kelly.
Hi everybody, I'm Kelly. I'm not the DM. I love it. It's great. And I use he, him, so does Kai L, our Superion Sorcerer. Supreme. No, he's a deluxe at best these days. A Sorcerer Supreme. He's a Sorcerer Deluxe.
There you go. A Sorcerer extra value?
Sorcerer extra... No, like he's definitely Sorcerer extra cheese.
Yeah. This is very true.
Very true. Alright, that's me. Hope everybody's doing well today.
Yes, welcome to our slightly earlier version. We're going to get a couple of these people out of here today, but we didn't want to miss them for our wrap-up.
It's daytime telenovela
let's go
edition.
We could do that. If Wei's shirt says anything, it's very telenovela. I'm here for it. But before we meet Wei, hello to Robin. Hi.
Hi, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I'm playing, not tonight, it's today. You can tell it's the spiel, man. I'm stuck in it. Today, this afternoon, I am playing in Nelloris Sullenclaw, our lovely Arlynn Druid Circle of the Spores, with her familiar Shay Taki, who goes by Mushroom.
Fantastic.
And I'm looking forward to this chaos. I was reminded myself that at the end of the game, Nell is still naked in a change room.
Naked in a change room.
And also still naked in the change room, Wei, hi.
Hi. Yes, I was naked in the change room. Oh no, my character is. I'm Wei.
You were
I
at
use
some
he,
point.
him pronouns. Celdrynn. I play Celdrynn, who is changeling wild magic sorcerer, kind of all over the place. He uses him sometimes, them sometimes, she, her sometimes. It's kind of all over the place. But yeah, I'm looking forward to today's game.
Like a true non-binary person, a complete mess, like myself.
Yes.
And and also my fellow ginger. Hi, Brynn.
Hello. I'm Brynn. I went a little too hard last night, but I'm here. But I'm very warm, so I'm not wearing my sweater like I normally am. And I'm playing Arlynn, and I mean, I think Arlynn went a little too hard last session also, and is now probably naked.
Good chance.
And uses she, her pronouns. And I use they, them pronouns. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being here, Brynn, despite having gone a little hard. And over in our corner here, say hi, Traz.
Hi, Traz. I mean, hi. Hello, I am Traz. I use he, him pronouns, as does my character, Telbron Stevedore, our ASMR, Peck of the Genie Warlock, who has been flirting with death a bit too much in this campaign.
Oh yeah, you're near proposal. You're not just flirting anymore. You're wooing.
Traz, you better watch that sass, or Christa will give you the boot.
What up?
Does my leg come with it?
Exactly.
No, just the boot. Just
the boot
is
to taunt you because you can't put it on.
It's
yeah.
a boot time.
It's a boot time.
A boot time indeed. And it is a boot time for us to wrap up this wonderful year. Well, wonderful, chaotic, fun, entertaining year. So, too much has happened for a full and complete roundup. So let's just worry about last episode. Last episode, we rounded out the year with the Mage Tower, the big Mage Tower game. Oh my god, the Battle of Strixhaven, where you guys went up against a bunch of dickhead jocks that you went up in a brief encounter with last year. So this might have felt like a little bit of good comeuppance. Traz, your puppy just right over your shoulder is so precious. I think Telbron just needs to get a familiar that is a shape-changing dog. So whichever dog comes in, it's just your familiar.
Agreed. That's what I do.
You guys only just barely won the game by the skin of your teeth and some very cool Final Fantasy people tossing shenanigans. And we're feeling really good with your, was it a 40 platinum piece purse? So 400 gold pieces.
Yes.
So amazing. You guys are gonna have some of you might have appreciated that a little more than others, but it is a pretty hefty purse regardless. And everyone decided to sort of shake off the nerves of the game. Some of you by having a shower, two of you by having a heart-to-heart that maybe quelled a little bit of the that had been building over the year, as Professor Sharpbeak took away your two other players, Javnesh and Xanther, to go talk to the Strixhaven Star to discuss the ending of that. But a couple of mage hunters that you believe have been responsible for all of the happenings on campus this year and are possibly tied to the ooze from last year. And you ended up fighting those nearly to the death for a couple of you. But with some well-thrown soap, some wolf and jaguar friends, and some solid punches, you guys did manage to thwart them as they dissipated into ooze and chitin. That is about where we will pick up. So 3 of you were in the shower, and so completely undressed, as Professor Sharpbeak comes running in. What happened here?
Oh, hi, Professor Sharpbeak.
What is going on?
Oh, that was
What
a
is
big
that?
fight. Stretch. Arlynn does a very light stretch.
Nice.
She's got one sort of wing over her face. Mr. L, do you care to explain?
Yeah, we just beat the hell out of a bunch of mage killers. Hunters.
Oh yeah, good dogs. And now we'll desummon the dire wolves.
Yipe.
What did you pull out? What did Celdrynn pull out of
2
his
panthers that were breathing fire.
bag? They start playing like cats with each other.
Can I take a look?
Go ahead.
Can I take a look at the carapaces of these mage killers and see if they're missing any?
Do you grab a towel or anything first, or are you just okay with
Celdrynn is gonna see that the professor's here, and he's gonna take a deep breath, and he's gonna become genderless for a moment.
Interesting. Very
Retractable.
yeah. Yes, exactly. I was trying to think
Like a slide whistle noise.
and
Bro, if you're,
okay.
if you're cold, I can get you a towel.
Is that what happens
Oh, no.
to you when you get cold?
I mean, not that much, but a bit, yeah.
Oh, I'm seeing stars.
Oh, sorry, Christa.
I told you wouldn't have to prep much.
No, apparently not. Oh, Boise.
Nell's gonna run into wherever she put down her clothes, and Nell is gonna hurriedly try and get dressed.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, so
She throws her wings over herself to start, and then just is like changing, makes like the towel barrier with her own wings.
That's so good. Portable changing booth.
Right?
Yes, Celdrynn, you'd like to investigate.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for if there's any pieces of the carapace that's missing.
Can I give the help action? Sure. Ideally completely nude.
Perfect. Yep.
You'll
Yes,
feel someone looking over your shoulder, helping you investigate, and a soft breast press against the back of your shoulder.
Better than a hard
Celdrynn-
breast.
Oh. Yeah, you don't want to get that looked at. It's
to be
hard.
fair.
Celdrynn like freezes for a moment, and you can hear a loud, audible like swallow, like a gulp, as he like tries to look around.
wonderful. Roll with advantage.
Or
20.
disadvantage.
Yeah, your opinion.
My first roll was a natural 18, so 20.
Beautiful. Okay. So you're looking to see if there's any like missing, like specifically like bits that because you've been finding pieces of
Yes,
chitin, right?
exactly.
Sure. Yeah, I think you will definitely find there are kind of like obviously you've sort of broken them apart, but there are definitely like old chunks missing, like pieces that look like they have healed. So while you cannot like put a puzzle piece together of if you had your old chitin pieces, but it definitely looks like these things are battle ridden or battle worn rather. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that unless there's other incredibly rare mage hunters kicking around, these guys are your culprits.
Did I see where they came from?
They came from sort of the room that you were in, sort of has an entrance at the top, like the north corner, and then the northwest sort of top half is the showers, and then there are like stalls and sinks in the south corner, and they kind of came out from like a stall.
A stall in the south?
Yeah, sort of in the, yeah, so like a bathroom
Well,
stall.
I would not, because I think I was in the shower, so I wouldn't have seen that. I'll ask Cal, did you see where they came from?
I didn't see shit, man. Like, I was talking to Telbron, right? Like, you and I were talking about something?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then suddenly someone just
As I'm
like
just getting off the ground.
Are you dead?
Was. No, he healed
Oh.
me at the end of the last game.
Oh, pity. I'm just fucking.
Can I roll
It came from
that?
the
You guys can
stalls.
both roll perception if you'd like.
I would like to roll perception to hear that.
And yeah, roll deception, Kai. Or don't.
No,
Hey, look,
no,
my
roll
dice.
8.
You know, I rolled about as quietly as I said it in real life, so.
Oh no, okay.
Oh, actually, no, I rolled like a 19, but like, he's fine.
Okay. Yeah, what did you guys roll for perception?
8.
8.
Yeah, I
Beautiful.
don't even need
Okay.
to roll for
Woozy.
that.
So that one was for the audience. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Celdrynn, you were asking Kai.
So yeah, I
Like
didn't
I
see
said
anything.
that he didn't see anything. So
Oh, okay.
Oh man,
They'll-
they just came in.
So
Explain
then
they-
the stalls over there, behind the showers.
do you know which one?
No one what?
It
Not
would have been
exactly, no.
around the corner from like so they wouldn't have seen. It came out of that area.
Celdrynn's
You guys
gonna
didn't
look.
go down there when you came in? You're gonna looking?
He's gonna look through all the stalls and see if he can find anything.
Doesn't look like it. Roll me an insight check.
16.
You think they were waiting for you. So they didn't come in through some secret passageway. You can't really see anything about that.
They
if it
were
is,
already
it's really
here.
well hidden.
Did
think
we
they were
come
all-
through here before the games?
Well, I mean, you guys probably used the stalls before you started the game. And the game would have been about 2 hours. So they would have had ample time, and no one was like watching the area. So they would have had ample time to get down here.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that they There's no way in or out, so they must have been here either through magical means or they were waiting.
So they couldn't use like a door?
Well, not that I could see.
Huh. Well, how do these things...
No, go ahead, Kelly.
Do these things like... God, we did a test on these, right? No.
No, but we found it in the book. We found it in a book. One of the books that I grabbed.
This is such a pain in the ass.
We found. It was from Aaron Quanthorn? Aaron Quinthorn? I can't read my own writing.
Quenthorn?
Quenthorn, thank you. And it was there was a book about magical creatures, and that's what we saw.
Okay. I'm just wondering, like, could they have been here, like, in, like, a ball and then they, like, hatched out? Or, like, were they in the
I think they're just stalking us.
Are they in the vents? Are there vents?
I mean, couldn't they have just waited when no one was in here? Snuck in through the door? Like, we got down here?
Oh, yeah.
No one used the bathroom.
No one was in this area during the game, but I can ask around if anyone has seen such things. If there are, as I believe you called them mage killers, Mr. L, but I think they might be mage hunters. Very dangerous creatures. I'm incredibly impressed that you took out 2 on yourselves, especially in your current state. And after finishing a Mage Tower game, I will immediately start fanning out...
Mage Tower game.
Correctly. And I will go and see if there is anyone that can help. And Professor Sharpbeak will go off to ask around if anyone saw any large critters that are big, creepy things. Although they might have been floating around as diamonds.
Those things have been stalking us. At least we know they hunt in pairs, so unless there's another pair, we got them?
Is he going into the crowds?
Professor Sharpbeak?
Yeah.
She's leaving up. You don't really see. She's leaving the place. She's probably not going to address the crowds, but she's going to go find a bunch of professors and start to fan out, I think is her plan.
Celdrynn's gonna get dressed quickly, and then he's going to follow them.
Okay.
And as he's passing the different crowds, his appearance is gonna change and blend into the crowds.
Okay. Very cool. Roll me just a broad deception.
All right, bye, Celdrynn, I guess.
26.
Yeah, you just kind of 26. Okay, no one's clocking you. Yeah, is anyone going after Celdrynn? You just kind of walked off, or are you guys gonna figure out your stuff?
No, I think Nell's kind of gathering her thoughts a little bit down here with everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So why us?
I mean, we've been looking into the black ooze.
I mean, shouldn't everybody be looking into the black ooze? This stuff keeps hitting people. Like, it keeps, like, causing trouble. Like, what? I mean, it's, like, I'm starting to think that, like, no... you can't trust institutions? Like, come on.
You know, because first year we weren't looking for any of this, and now it seems like it's following us this year.
Like, seriously, like, we're the only ones who are actually doing anything, and, like, that's not, like... I mean, that's why we have, like, school administration and, like, campus police and stuff.
Unless someone on the
You make a
school
good
was in on the
point.
whole ordeal.
Yeah, so, like, people should be, like, doing this. It shouldn't just be after us. It should be after everybody. Which is even worse. Why is it just us? Are we the only ones looking into this? That doesn't make any sense. He's gonna have a little existential crisis at the state of the universe.
This is a very good question. It would be lovely if some wizards that perhaps lived on a coast could answer that question.
Yeah, but that's a hermit that doesn't answer his mail. He just sends out surveys that he doesn't read, apparently. I know he reads them. They say they read them anyway. Who knows? Who knows?
Is anyone taking any of the mage hunter bits?
Oh yeah, now I was gonna
like to search
collect
for
some.
loot.
Search them for loot?
Yeah. Like swords and stuff.
Press A to loot.
Search them for string instruments.
You find one partially digested loot, and you find bug meat, like 5 bug meat.
Can I
5
try
bug
some?
meat?
5 whole bug meat.
5x bug meat?
Yes.
Like Spy X Family? All right, cool.
Yes, you can try some. Roll me a Constitution save.
Okay.
Seriously, Arlynn will
4.
put anything in her mouth.
You instantly vomit. Just projectile all over the mage hunter, and I believe Nell, since Nell is also collecting some of this.
Well, at least Nell's
all
naked.
over. Oh,
No,
man,
Nell's
Nell got
dressed.
Oh, well, that's the worst.
Well, now she's getting naked again.
She's gonna run to the toilets to go drop in the toilet.
I'll be right back.
Nell's gonna take her clothes back off to shower again.
Where's Celdrynn? He's the only one that knows prestidigitation.
I know, and he ran off.
Ran off.
Celdrynn, what are you looking for?
It's making sure that they are doing what they say they're doing.
Professor Sharpbeak, yes.
Yes.
She is running. You see, she's kind of grabbing some professors, most of which you recognize as some of the like higher, like the more tenured staff. Is grabbing them and letting them know, like in hushed tones.
Are
so
they
the-
in crowds?
Yes.
Are they speaking
Yeah.
in hushed tones and crowds? Can I get closer as a crowd who's just
Sure.
like shuffle by? Yeah.
So they are speaking at a level that, like, if you were listening to that, like, you shuffling by can hear them, but like, people that aren't paying attention aren't going to hear them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're, you'll hear she'll turn to, you know, another professor, and just, will, each person she speaks to, it's exactly what she said she was doing. So we'll say, you know, the winning team has been attacked by a couple of mage hunters. If a professor says they don't know what that is, they go, well, it's, you know, they're these creatures, like very basic rundown. I need you to start like looking around for people. Don't mention the mage hunters, but look for people that were in that area. And if they saw anything weird, and they're gonna, and that's what she tells every person she comes across.
Okay.
And I'm forgetting his name, but does manage to find the dean of Witherbloom, that is a vampire, that was the one that brought Blue onto campus. She will actually find him as well and say this, and he will look. You can roll me a insight check.
Yeah, I would like to roll insight on basically like all of them, and I'll see what all of the reactions are.
Sure. Roll me an overarching.
18.
18. Okay. Fantastic. Most of them, the biggest thing you can tell is the people that know what a mage hunter is and don't know what a mage hunter is, because the ones that know what it is go and are like terrified. And the ones that don't are like, like the name is very evocative, right? So they're like, what did they fight? But everyone looks genuinely surprised, including the dean. They do look concerned. Like, he's a vampire, so he's a little older and has a lot of years of maintaining a strict composure. But it doesn't like crack of surprise, but there is definitely, you know, he stands up a little straighter in concern, and asks a couple of questions, and then goes off to go ask some of the like stadium staff and things like that to see if they saw anything in the area, before she as well goes off.
I'm gonna follow. What's the vampires?
I forget his name. It was one of the deans. Dean Vampy Pants.
I'll just say the dean. I'm gonna follow the dean, and right behind him, I'm going to.
Yes, Kylie.
So the dean was watching the event?
Yes.
That was in the middle of the day?
Yes.
Okay.
He has a little dome over top of him.
Or does he have like a ring of sun immunity or something like Angel got?
He's got something. I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
It was wait a minute. I forgot it was the middle of the day. He has a very dainty looking parasol.
Maybe he has his own like room, like we know the like
a box
up top and state their own boxes like in the stadium.
Oh, there you go. Yes. No, we're going like Buffy vampire rules. As long as you got your coat up, you're fine.
Okay. That's how he's got some sunscreen, you know.
I thought you said when we found him and he had a really nice.
He's got like the streak on his nose.
360.
Yes, he has a very nice parasol and a big white stripe across his nose.
It is my war paint, blah.
Blah.
Also put his name in the chat. I had him in my notes. Vlantin.
Vlantin. Thank you. Dean Vlantin.
Of course it's spelled VL. They all are.
Yes. Yes. Anywho, so you're gonna follow him?
Yeah, and as I get close to him, I'm gonna change back to Celdrynn, and I'll say Dean.
Oh, hello.
I wanted
Mr.
to speak with
Lyre, yes?
Yes. I had the opportunity of meeting your test subject, Blue. He was a spot.
Yes, he kind of like scratches the back of his head a little bit. Your previous insight will continue. He looks embarrassed. More than guilty, but just like, you know, in that almost like little kid kind of way of like, aw shucks. Yes, I've been meaning to thank you for bringing him back.
I just wanted to know, when was the last time you saw him?
Well, this morning.
Did you notice?
Because this is like a ways later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Did you notice his wounds?
Yes, I noticed them the moment that you came back. We wondered what it was. He looked injured, and so I assumed something had attacked him in the swamp and scared him off.
Do you have security at the swamp?
Well, to be honest, no. We do at the moment, ever since, well, ever since your companions were attacked by much more aggressive creatures than are usually in there. So I assumed it was one of them that had attacked Blue. Which, by the way, love the name.
He'll like try to hide a smirk. So we found a carapace of the mage hunter inside Blue.
Oh. And you are the ones that Professor Sharpbeak just told me you fought one, too.
Yes. Couldn't help it, could you?
I couldn't. I'm so sorry. It was an accident until I said
it was well worth it.
Yes. Yes, and yes, you've just defeated the two of them, and you look incredibly in fine shape for that.
Oh, just barely. Do you know why they would attack Blue? Are there any other creatures in the swamp that they might have harmed?
Well, their influence could have been attracting the aggressive nature. They are magical beings, and they will have a tendency to give that kind of effect. So while we did not know what it was doing originally, now that they are here, I am starting to put pieces together that perhaps it was them that did this.
Well, if we find anything, we will write a report about it. And if there's anything that you can help with our investigation, we would really appreciate it.
Well, of course, I very much hope that it can be all of our investigation. And I know it is near the end of the year, and I'm sure many of you have either jobs or obligations for over the summer. But trust me, we will be putting this at the forefront to figure out where these creatures came from.
Do you think that the school is in danger?
Many great beings have thought to thwart this school. Many great casters and heroes have come from Strixhaven, and many greater villains as well. So we have our defenses and we have our means of going against them, but I would not raise any massive red flags, but I do feel that once the word is out, many will be concerned and perhaps take gap years.
One last thing. If we needed any spells to be cast that's beyond our abilities, would you be able to bring those resources to us?
Depending on the spell. You will all be in third year next year, so most likely you will have access to scrolls and such yourself. But of course, depending, I would be happy to. What do you have something in mind?
Not at the moment, but spells such as locate creature, locate object, things like that, of that nature. If you could give us a name of perhaps a professor or yourself that we could come to for those needs.
Of course, yes. It not necessarily in my repertoire, but absolutely, I'm sure there are many casters. We have many great diviners on campus that would, I'm sure, be happy to assist.
Excellent. Thank you for your time.
Of course. And he will walk off into the crowd, and a ways off you'll see him grabbing someone who has like a staff shirt on and quietly ask them some questions.
I'll return to the showers.
In the meantime, back in the showers, we have some investigation happening. We have some showering happening.
Arlynn, you okay?
Yeah, just. Whew.
Do you need me to
I'll
hold
be
your
on in a
hair?
sec. No, it's okay. It's you don't want to hold it. It's gross right now.
I mean, like, if you need it, I'm there, okay?
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Like, why? I don't know why you ate it, but you know.
In hindsight, it was a bad idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, we learn from our mistakes, right? Like, bet.
Is she gonna be okay?
Arlynn will step out of the bathroom looking like very green, and be like, I think I should go back in the shower.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, you can go in now. I'm gonna stay like 10 feet away from you, Arlynn. Having someone throw up on me, I need new clothes, so I'm just gonna head back to my room. If you guys are actually doing anything about this, let me know. Celdrynn kind of just walked off, so I don't know if we're doing anything. I'm gonna be in my room, and Nell's just gonna like run off in a towel. Her clothes are gross.
we like you can. Oh. Okay.
Now, I will say, to be fair, you guys did arrive in clothes and then change into your uniform. So if, depending on which one got vomited on, you don't necessarily have to run off in a towel. You could run off in your uniform.
Okay, so yeah, maybe she'll get changed.
Dirty
into
uniform
the...
might be better than comedy clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, so she'll get back into the dirty uniform. And then just be like, I'm gonna go get some better clothes, because these are kind of sweaty and gross now, and yeah, I'm just feeling a little...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, like...
You can head off.
Okay. Gross. Okay. Do we do anything about this? Can we do anything about this?
Unless the professors can find more info, where do we even look with this?
Fuck if I know, bro.
Well, I guess if we get attacked again, we know we're the ones being targeted for gods of what reason.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, new rule for everybody who's still here. If you get attacked by yourself, run until you can get more people. Okay? Don't face these things one-on-one.
As you say that, you hear a voice from the doorway say, Since when does my son run from a fight? And Mike L, arms crossed, chest high, douchey sunglasses on behind his head.
Oh, does he have them reversed?
Yeah, oh, you know he does.
Oh, no.
I love your dad in this. He's just such an asshole.
God.
It's so good.
Well, I mean, that was for them, obviously. Like, I mean, I'm gonna, like, I mean, look, hey, I made that hole with my fist. No point. Like, I just beat the... Hey. What's up?
Hey.
Arlynn will step out of the shower and be like, Mr. L, it's so nice to meet you. I've heard so much about you. And put her hand out.
Wearing a towel or nothing?
No.
He definitely, he looks you up and down, looks at you, at Kai, and then puts a hand out. Pleasure.
She'll give a firm handshake.
He will, not hurting you, but very much like controlling your hand, will take it and kiss it and then give it back to you.
Ooh, what a gentleman.
Yeah. This is my Arlynn. This is my dad. Dad, this is Arlynn. And that's Telbron.
Would everyone like to make me a quick perception check?
13.
Arlynn is also gonna go look for a towel because she's wet.
Okay. Sorry, what did you say, Traz?
Ooh.
You said perception?
Yeah.
So, 15.
Actually, Traz, make it with advantage for me. No reason, don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Dirty 20.
Okay, beautiful. And Brynn, I see crit. I'm assuming that's a crit success. 25?
Yeah.
Yeah. My thing didn't scroll down. All I saw was crit. I was like, what? Okay,
It could be
so
either.
Kai, you notice your dad's eyes kind of like when you say Telbron, his eyes sort of, dart over as you point at him. Telbron, you notice this because it's at you. You see a glint of recognition, and he gives you a very minor nod. And Arlynn, you notice this. Kai, you're kind of looking over at the hole to like hope that your dad notices how cool this hole is you punched.
Like, it's really big. It's big. He's like putting his hands on the meat, like
Just look up, like on the ground, like measuring it out.
Like, it's like, yeah.
Well, if I knew Strixhaven was like this, maybe I would have gone, would have actually finished here.
Oh yeah, you left.
Let's, yeah, I only needed 2 years here. I learned everything I could.
Yeah.
But, you know, nice of them to name a hall after me and everything.
Yeah, it's the best one, obviously.
Well, of course, everything my name's on is the best, right? And he'll, like, put an arm around you and give you a tap on the shoulder and be like, all right, how about you buy me a beer?
Yeah, yeah. I'll catch up with you all later, okay?
Yeah, we'll see you later. I'm gonna go shower.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Arlynn. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go find clothing.
Not a necessity. Just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
Dad.
What? What do you?
Arlynn will go
speaking
like
the
bright red.
He'll having Kai slightly faced away will turn back and wink at you and continue on. Oh, I need to shower now.
His mustache game is on point. I'm just gonna put that out here.
Yep.
In my mind, he's literally just the dad from Invincible.
Yeah, basically.
He's just oh my God. Like I'm just
J.K. Simmons? Yes,
he's just J.K. He's just J.K. Simmons. He's got the
Yeah.
stash, man.
I know I don't have a very good J.K. Simmons impression otherwise.
Nobody does but J.K. Simmons. That's the thing. That's why he gets.
Kyle, think.
Kyle, think. Yeah. No, I won't.
The worst combo of things in my brain. Never mind. He will take you off.
What? What?
Yes.
Go on.
Take you away.
Okay.
No. Take you away. To go get a drink. Celdrynn, you will arrive back. You will see Kyle and Michael walking out of the change rooms. He doesn't seem to notice you, but will continue turning away.
As he passes, I will give a glance between the two, and I will say, Mr. L?
Okay, you're gonna like cut him off. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Lyre, pleasure to meet you in person. He'll put a hand out to you.
I'll firmly grasp it, make a strong hold on his hand, and I'll say, I'm looking forward to working with you.
Oh, cool. You got the job, bro. That's great. We'll talk about it later.
Got it.
Well, I don't know. Perhaps Celdrynn would like to join us for a drink. We're gonna be employees, right? We're gonna all be coworkers. He smacks you on the back, Kai.
Wait, coworker? We're all gonna be coworker? Like, I'm gonna be a coworker?
Figure it's about time you come to work for your old man, no? You want to be part of the family business? Then you can decide if you want to come back next year. I was only here for 2 years and left enough of a mark, so thought maybe you felt the same.
Yeah. Let's, yeah, if you want to grab a beer, yeah, you know, whatever. Bet.
I would love to.
Wonderful. Let's go. And he'll start heading off.
I'll walk on the other side of Cal, and I'll ask him, like, quietly. I'll say, "Did you not know that you were going to work for your dad?"
This is why I didn't mention this to Kelly beforehand, because I really wanted to get that, like, oh my god, what? You guys will head off and have a perfectly pleasant, awkward beer. I feel like Mike is very much the classic, incredibly center of attention, life of the party, says everything that's just a little uncomfortable for everybody else, but everyone.
You know, when I used to be here, we didn't have your kind, Minotaur.
Yeah, right. Like just a little.
Is he doing it like that, like really, like forcibly nice way? Like, it's so glad to have your kind of people here with us.
I remember back in. Oh, it's gonna be like back in the day. I remember when I used to kill your people by the scores, and now you're going to school with my son. That's progress. Like,
exactly.
Talking to like slimes and like kobolds and like.
It's got big get out. I voted for Obama both times. Energy,
but a little bit. I also served in Nam type of vibes.
Yeah. Is bad news.
Ah, he's a conservative liberal. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So you guys are gonna go off and do that. Nell, you are going home to change. Arlynn is going off to find clothes. Telbron, are you heading anywhere in particular?
Showering and probably heading towards Nell's afterwards.
Checking on her. Cool. Nell, are you going anywhere after you go home and get changed? Like, do you have plans to go out, or would Telbron be able to find you at home?
I think they might meet halfway, because I think Nell was gonna go find Telbron afterwards.
Precious. You guys both round a corner and sort of almost bump into each other.
Woo! Hi.
Hey, oh, perfect. I was actually coming to look for you.
I was coming to find you as well. Funny.
Oh?
Yeah, that was weird and kind of scary, and I was worried about you. You almost died. Again. You gotta stop doing that, Telbron. Stop almost dying. I don't want to keep having to bring you back. And she's gonna like smack him on the shoulder.
I don't know. Ow, that actually kind of hurt.
Yeah,
Takes
I'm
one
going
damage,
to the gym with Kai. What?
Take one damage.
D6, did you say?
I said take one damage, dies. No, don't actually roll anything.
Oh.
It's just...
I have more than one health, thank you.
I gave him like 8 or something.
8 plus the 4, so I got like 12 back.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta stop doing that. I'm not gonna be there always to protect you and bring you back. Unless your fiance has magic that can heal.
No, that's not her specialty. Of course, the rate you keep saving me, you might own my life at this rate.
You don't want that. Or you might. Who knows?
I know you've seen my situation.
Still scares the hell out of me, Telbron. I know we've taken a break this year. I still know what I want, but I still care for you really deeply. And your family scares the hell out of me, but you can't deny that there's still something there. I've been trying to all year.
And I really miss you too. And he's gonna pull out the bag of the 40 platinum and give it to Nell.
What? Why are you doing that? No!
My tuition's paid for. You still gotta prove your mother wrong.
Thank you, Telbron.
Telbron, you feel a light pressure at your ankle. and you see Shay kind of leaned up against you.
Thanks. Hey, you want to go back to my dorm? I can make you some tea. I still remember how to make it.
Sure, that'd be lovely.
You'll pick up Shay. Put him on a
No!
Shay will allow this and sit
Yes.
and kind of like give you a quick side eye of like, you're on thin ice, but you're okay.
This is the most affection Shay has shown Telbron ever. This is amazing.
They're coming around.
Yeah. Nell's gonna just look at Shay and be like,
yeah. And so good.
You know, you're not too bad yourself.
They'll get little rosy cheeks in that very anime kind of way. It's just like literally like three little
yes,
lines that
the
like
3 little lines.
You guys will head off to go have tea. As the year wraps up, does anyone have anything else they feel they need to finish off? Any things they feel are outstanding in their adventure?
I don't think so. I think the only thing might be is Nell might go back and talk to Blackstone and ask if she can get back into the it's not the restricted section, the
scriptorium.
Yeah, to find the book on magical creatures, and she might like try and see if she can take a couple of those books home over the summertime and really research into mage hunters and the student that you know, was expelled, and try and do some digging into that.
He won't allow you, unfortunately, no matter what he says, the books from the scriptorium are not, like, they physically can't leave campus. Like, they just, if you try to leave campus with them, they go, doop, and they end up back in the scriptorium.
Amazing, yeah.
But, he will give you a pass if you want to,
Sweet.
Go.
So yeah, Nelloris will probably just spend time, a lot of the free time after exams, before she, like, goes home. She'll be looking into that a lot.
At one point when you go down into the scriptorium, you will see that Mac is down there with a couple of books. Well, actually, not a couple, like a number of books all laid out. And he's very pointedly, like, very looking through all of these books. Not hurriedly, but, like, feverishly almost.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what you doing there over, Mac?
Oh, hello. Nelloris,
Hi.
He kind of reaches as if to, like, close a book, but then sort of stops and goes, what brings you to the scriptorium?
Just doing some research. I don't know if the rumors went around the school or not, but, you know, my kind of crew, we kind of fought some mage hunters.
Yes,
So I want to research about that.
I'm very glad. I was very, very happy to hear that you were okay. I'm sorry I didn't come visit. I didn't want to bother you. But
It's okay.
Well, actually, that's kind of what I'm looking at here myself.
Oh. Really?
Yes, I've been looking for people that might have a reason to be coming after the school, and unfortunately there are a lot of them. School, or members of the school, or staff, or students, or whatever, over the millennia have given great cause from thwarting evil beings. However, something I have found is rather interesting. He pulls forward about 4 or 5 different books to say, see, this is rather odd. And he kind of points at the pages, and you will notice that there are blank or smudged lines in all of these books.
Huh.
Specifically when it references a name.
Oh.
These are all from a very similar time, so I think they're all in reference to the very same student. But it references dark magics and studies that were banned, and he was expelled and sent away. But whoever he or she or they, I'm not sure. It doesn't mention. It's all been wiped. Like the stories are here, but the name's missing.
Interesting. That's kind of what I was looking into too. I was looking into learning more about mage hunters, and then I found one of the books, history, about campus, and yeah, that was really interesting about this thing because it mentioned a lingering aura that was very similar to the black ooze that we've been dealing with. So maybe we can work together.
Orky blushes just a little bit. And I think that would be spectacular. I would absolutely love to look into this more. It is my 4th year next year, and so I might be a little swamped with studies. But I can absolutely make time for you and for this problem.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. If you need to get in touch with, not that you would need to get in touch with me over the summer, if you for any purpose required my services over the summer, here is my speaking stone number.
Oh, perfect. And now we'll take that down. And then she will do the Hyatt's Nell back, so then he gets her number.
He checks. Wonderful. Yes, I will see you around then. I'll send you all of my notes that I take on all of this.
That'd be great.
Wonderful.
You're such a helpful person, Mac.
Oh, I try. And yes, of course. Again, if you ever need anything, wonderful.
Of course.
Thanks. He'll kind of turn back and start working on his notes and kind of like looking over his shoulder because he doesn't know what else to say.
Oh, Mac. Oh, Nelloris. She's so oblivious to him.
I love it. It's so good.
It's so good. Yeah.
Yes. So, is that you'll get that information, get a little bit of, you can also go in and look up more stuff on mage hunters, and it's not a ton more than what you already got. Usually they do it themselves. Usually they will get a scent on a hunt. But people have used them as assassins, and so it feels like maybe that's what happened in this situation. Is anybody else having anything they would like to wrap up before the end of the year?
I want to know what this job is.
Perfect. So before your dad leaves, he'll sit you guys down and say, yeah, so what does Kai think his dad does?
Goes around and solves problems, does hero stuff, fights villains, punches Vecna in the dick, the usual stuff.
Perfect. So a protection racket, but without the racket part.
Yeah, he's like an adventure.
You gotta cut yours off and put his on.
And...
I mean, everybody knows the dick of Vecna.
Of course, don't they just? Good lord. So you will,
I just feel like Vecna's Vecna's like the original bodybuilder.
No. So, so he's essentially offering the both of you minor contracts, basically, of there's small cities that have sought out his services to help, bugbear infestations or a minor goblin encampment, and your very classic low-level quests that from a few different planes that have requested assistance. And he doesn't in so many words say it's beneath him, but he says it's the kind of work he normally contracts out. So that would be your work over the summer.
Yeah, so okay. Yeah. That
you boys think you're up to it?
I mean, yeah, it sounds pretty basic. I mean, Like, yeah, absolutely, bet.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a little beneath you, Kai, because I know you've already got your own heroing contracting going, but
I mean,
it would really help me out.
I mean, you know,
Has Kai
I
told
mean,
you about the time he took out one of the mage hunters by himself?
well, you know,
Really?
yeah, I figured out that they were like,
The four of us were too busy with the other one, and Kyle
Well-
was left to his own devices with one of them by himself.
yeah, well, you know how it is. Like, once I figured out that like they bounce magic, it was pretty easy. I just punched it to death. You know.
There you go. That's what we like to see. Getting back to the earth, getting back to the
Well,
fisticuffs.
I mean, it worked, right? I didn't have any weapons on me. I was basically, wasn't expecting anything in the locker room. I guess I probably should have prepared for something.
Well,
But
you can either be prepared for everything, or you can just be good enough to not have to prepare, right?
yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I'm yeah. Let's do it. Is it the entire summer, like all the way across, or?
It'll depend. There's a couple of shorter contracts, but stuff will probably come up if you guys, if you do well, we'll see what we can put you on. I've always got something happening. So, if you're too busy, I totally understand, and you can.
No,
let me know
no.
if
I
you
just
don't want to do it.
No. I mean, when do we start? I gotta. I should probably. I think. I gotta make a couple calls, but like, yeah. I'll rearrange my schedule and make sure I can do it. But when do we start?
How about day after class ends? Don't want to take you away from your studies.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least not
do
yet.
it. Yeah. Okay, that works for me. Celdrynn, you good?
I've got nothing but else to do.
I'll take it.
Do you have any more room on your crew that you need help with, or do you think just the two of us?
I mean, who are you thinking?
I've got a couple of friends around here who are they're pretty good, pretty tough, like and might be up your alley. I don't know if Arlynn would be interested. She's pretty focused on her studies, but
You're definitely welcome to bring her along.
yeah, and then I don't know if Nell, maybe give her an excuse not to go home. Telbron's probably busy. Bagheera.
Yeah, Telbron's probably got a lot going on.
Yeah, that dude always has something going on. His family's like, yeah, you know how it is, like with like nobles, right?
Yeah, nobles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in name.
Yeah, send me some names. Who else
I will.
you got?
I'll go talk to him and see if anybody is potential, and I'll let you know. Thanks, Dad.
Awesome. His cell stone will buzz. Oh, I gotta get going. It was good to see you, and he'll pat your arm.
It was good to see you too.
I'll see you soon. Celdrynn, lovely meeting you. We'll see you soon.
Celdrynn will stand up and give him a handshake.
Perfect. And he will head out of the bar.
Wow. Wild.
Doing okay?
Yeah, I've never worked for my dad before. Like, actual, like, paid hero work is a big deal. Like,
Well, Do you think it'll be any tougher from the things that we've been taking on?
Oh, no. It'll be like, I mean, the work will be easy. Like, you know, it's just, you know, yeah, no. No cap. I'm like, not, I was never worked for my dad before. And I just gotta talk to my, I guess, my mom, and she's not gonna be happy. They do not get along. And I gotta go talk to Arlynn. We had some stuff planned over the summer. I mean, you know, she'll understand.
I mean, if it goes well, if it doesn't go well, even I sometimes can't tell the difference.
What, with like Arlynn?
Yeah.
I mean, Arlynn's super supportive and happy. Like she'll be fine no matter what. Like she's tough. And she's got her own stuff. Like she's gonna be focused on stuff. And then I was probably checking to make sure that like Nell's okay after getting puked on. Nobody's
on?
Yeah, by Arlynn, you know how it is. It's probably good for the fungus, though.
Weird sex thing?
Not this time.
No.
I think that's where that scene's
Not
gonna
any
fade
time.
in.
Yep. Not any
Yep,
time.
thank you. There's
Cut.
Okay.
Celdrynn doesn't know.
No, he doesn't get it. Okay. Telbron, did you have any last things, or Celdrynn?
So Telbron would give Nell a scroll to visit his uncle, because I think that's where he's going to be most of the summer. I figured his family might let him slide with as good as grades are.
Okay.
And he would want to look into this dream and figure out what that winged figure is, if the school has anything, because that's going to be his project for the summer.
Beautiful. We will, yeah, you'll be able to find, like, I mean, winged figure is tough, right? Dreams about winged figure are so common. You kind of get a little overwhelmed by just how much stuff there is. So it might be a little bit more of a start.
Nothing that can be wrapped up right now, but
that's his plan. But it's going to be more of a, like, ask around with the family and find out if there are any connections to winged figures. Perfect. Okay. Celdrynn, did you have any last things?
No, he's gonna be too busy trying to get to the bottom of whatever he's trying to get to the bottom of.
Okay, interesting. Oh gosh,
Grayson.
God, I'm so bad with names. Grayson, thank you. Grayson is out of the hospital and everything. He will check in with you. He will give you his cellstone information. If you need anything over the summer, he's happy to contact, or he's happy to have you reach out to him, and just warns you to be careful.
Yeah, I'll keep him updated.
Perfect. Okay. So lastly, school has just wrapped up. Arlynn, you are at home with your moms, having a dinner for last day of school, and it's their last day before they get a couple of weeks off before they've got to go back into maintaining the biblioplex for the summer semester. And you guys are all happily having dinner. And there's a knock at your door.
I'll get it.
I will go to your door.
To get it.
You will proceed to get it. You open the door, and at first you wonder if it's just a pile of dust standing at your door. A very tall, as you begin to see Owlin, as you recognize your Uncle Broderick, who has been missing on campaign. He's been out on a archaeology dig. And he has many, many bags on him. And if you could see bags under an Owlin's eyes, you do. It was... Professor Tullis, And he collapsed
no.
into the doorway next to you.
Can I catch him? Can I roll to catch him?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I shall roll animal handling.
Sure.
18.
Beautiful. You catch him and lower him slowly to the ground. And he looks up and he goes, Arlynn, did I make
Hi,
it back?
Broderick. Yes, I am not a hallucination. Although I realize that's something that maybe a hallucination would say. You look in distress. We should get you some water and food, maybe.
It's definitely you. And he passes out. And that is where we will wrap season 2. Arlynn being incredibly overly verbose and obnoxious is how you tell it's Arlynn.
Nice.
And this is why we love her. Thank you everybody so much for partaking. Thank you everybody who came out for this early session. We had to let 2 of our players head off. But if you other 3 of you, Kelly and Traz and Robin, do you guys want to hang out for a little bit and chat about the module so far?
Yeah, if we could do like a quick 10 so I can take off my contacts, that would be like great. And then we
I think
can
all of you
chill.
want that probably.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And then I think Brynn might stick around for a little bit, but we do have to say goodbye to Wei. Thank you so much for
I
being
could stay
here.
around for another 40 minutes. So
40 minutes.
Exciting. Okay,
Yep.
we'll keep
All
you
right.
around for a little bit then.
So
We'll take
10
a,
and we'll be back?
tight 10.
All right, we'll be right back. Hello, everybody. We're back. This is the part of the program where we're gonna. I don't know what we're doing. Hi. Oh wait, are we level 6?
We're gonna talk about stuff. Welcome to level 6.
Yay!
Yay!
I might have read the end bit of the module where it says you're level 6 while I was doing art for this
That's
one.
fine. You're correct. I know. I would have remembered later, but
All
I'm
right.
not great at this.
I'm gonna roll.
but thank
I'm gonna
you.
roll a hit die real quick.
I am going to roll a hit die as well. I just put my dice away.
All right.
guys,
That was foolish.
guys.
Yes.
Yes.
I have bend luck.
You have what?
You have bad
Bend
luck.
Bend luck.
Oh no!
I can make
That's gonna be
I can make
amazing.
enemies roll a 1d4 and reduce it from their saving throws.
I rolled max.
Oh.
Rolled-
Okay, I get the
Yay.
fly now.
What do I get? Level 6.
You get to fly before Kai.
I rolled a 5. Ooh. Join the flying club, Telbron.
Yeah.
So level 6.
Come
Someone
visit
get to
him
fly
during the
before Kai
summer.
does.
Okay.
Oh, how about you say you've learned to fly, and then Nell comes over and will give you flying tips.
Yes.
I get fungal infestation.
World.
Yeah,
Ones and twos
exactly.
are rerolls, right?
I can. Your spores gain the ability to infest a
Real.
corpse and animate it. I can
No,
bring
she can
back the
zombie.
dead. Oh no!
So Christa,
Oh, that's amazing.
Rolling once.
Yes.
I'm gonna send you a PM.
Okay. On what?
So.
What am I looking at?
There we go. Jeez.
Oh.
I can
I love
use
it. I love a
this-
DM that starts. Oh.
So,
So,
So
I
I
start
rolled a
emails like that and have to like delete it. Hooray!
after I rolled like 8 ones in a row.
I rolled a 5, so it was meh.
Oh,
right,
Sorry,
and
I'm
with the
reading. That's
summer job, that
very
kind
exciting.
of
interesting.
I get
It does. That
4
makes things
fungal
very interesting.
infestation.
Ooh.
My Halo of Spores is a
Which one do you think is
D4
better
or
for me?
D6
Getting
now?
that or getting that?
I say get that.
Okay. Thanks, Robin.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think we need to talk a little bit more because I have some thoughts about how the summer will go, and I think that will enforce, or that will in what the choice is. And I want to ask your question. I want to ask you some questions about how that goes, and I might need to talk to you and Wei about it, of deciding what happens and how things go, because that's
Okay,
that's
sounds
very
good.
interesting to me, and I like it very much.
I've been looking stuff up for a while, so I'm not. I
yes.
was waiting. Yeah. So I'll
Very,
wait and
very
I'll just
good.
write down.
So
what
I guess we are at the halfway point. How is everyone enjoying it so far? What are people's feelings on this? Do you feel it's missing something? Is there something that you've really enjoyed? How are you guys feeling?
I'm enjoying it.
I wish
I'm enjoying it.
the mod. Yeah, like the game's been great, but the way the modular's written is going. Here's this bad thing happening. The school doesn't care.
Christa and I had a brief producer talk before game about next season, and I'm like, okay, without spoilers, like how long do you think next season's gonna be? Like when? Because we gotta plan all this way in advance, right? Because it's a performance, and they were listing off a few things that happened during next game. Oh, then we do this and then we go here. I'm like, we're not going there again. No, I'm just so mad. I'm so mad. I'm like, can you please cut that out of the module? I don't know what happens.
Go back to the swamp.
We go back to the swamps again. The swamp again. I'm like, no swamp.
No. We got our ass and it's handed to us in that swamp.
And it's just random encounters. Like,
what?
When I'm looking at all these, I'm like, okay, this is a big event, random encounters. This is a big event, it's a random roll of whatever and doesn't affect the story at all. Like it's fun. And I think if we weren't in a time crunch, I think it would be like really good fodder to like play into your characters and do some interesting things. But like we're already doing that, and you guys are I do think this is a module that could be good for a newer DM and or new players that want to get better at role playing.
I mean, I think maybe they're trying to make it for people coming over from Magic, right?
I think that
is the crossover.
Exactly. I think this module, unlike our many complaints about Call of the Netherdeep and saying that people that are looking to get into a game are just going to feel frustrated getting into a first campaign that's essentially like, death and mayhem everywhere. I think this one is a much more of a softer welcome.
It's too soft though, man. Like, because by the end of Call of the Netherdeep, it pulls itself around and is like, oh, it's actually really good.
Yeah.
But like,
true. I think for our generation of players, particularly Wei, Kelly, and I, because we have been playing since much earlier and much less friendly editions, and that's what we wanted out of a game. We want it to be a little hard. We want those combats. We want that kind of stuff. Today's role player wants fluff and wants stuff to happen that isn't a lot of combat. And I think this module, as much as it needs some fleshing out, I think this module gives a lot of that. And so I think if you are a person that just wants to role play being in university, I think this really gives a lot of that. And all of the NPCs and the additional like relationship structures, the points and stuff like that, I think those... for a newer DM that also wants to provide that kind of role-playing experience, I think it gives a lot of foundation to do things that, like Kelly and Wei, know how to put into their games. Like, you know how to provide engaging NPCs and how to present them at opportune times that will allow for some kind of cozy role play. And this does have some really good, I'm kind of cutting out a lot of that stuff because you guys all came to me with these incredible backstories. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I can present you with some of these characters, but you guys have such interesting stuff going on that me throwing random NPCs that have nothing to do with your backstories isn't really going to work. So I have thrown in, like, Mac has been pretty integral and has kind of played in a little bit. We've had some encounters with some other folks as well. But, like, there's a ton of NPCs that you guys haven't even talked to. So
I have a question.
You guys are interested. Yes.
I found that a lot of the more recent Wizards of the Coast books, they have a good idea, but it feels like they're writing plot for the sake of plot. And then what I'm finding the most is they don't have good reasoning for character-driven motives. Such as, like, if the school is getting attacked over and over and over, like, I feel like the professors would do something and maybe lock down certain parts, maybe have a curfew, have something that might not even have any effects in the gameplay, but just throw something out there that would be like, oh, we have a curfew. It's not going to affect anyone, but
we'll still sneak
the mood is there. The mood is there. Yeah, something to.
I think they're copying a certain franchise that shall not be named because they don't do that either in that franchise. They did not give a shit about the students, and like until like fucking "You Must Not Be Named" was in the fucking school, the teachers didn't care. So I think that's where they're pulling a lot of that, like, inspiration from.
They literally had a map showing that their little brother was sleeping with a full-grown man the entire time, right?
Yeah, right.
The Marauders map just is the biggest plot hole in that entire series, where you're like,
yeah,
what? Hey, why is Ron sleeping with a guy named Peter?
Right?
A little weird.
You know, Peter. That's huh.
So, to Wizards' credit, I think they're trying to capture that nostalgia too of our generation that grew up with that. So I think they're trying to capture a little bit of that, and that way students can fuck around and do whatever they want, and the teachers don't give a shit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Which is problematic.
I mean, what isn't about that?
Yeah, exactly. Raven, I think that's you here.
Yeah.
Sin is Raven, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Saying her favorite part of the Strixhaven is the RP on the small scale and the relationships that are built in progress and stuff. And yes, I think because you guys all came into it, like, we in our session 0, we talked about, like, how do you guys feel about your character relationships and romance and stuff like that, and like, you guys all really lean into that, and I liked all of the interplay at play, and so I didn't feel like I needed to introduce a lot of NPCs. Like, I if you watch through, you'll see in the first year I tried really hard to, like, really push a lot of NPCs at you.
Yeah, to your credit, you did try. You did try.
Really
We just said, fuck no.
Yeah, you guys enjoyed playing with each other, and that's what mattered. And that took a little bit off of my plate of not having to be that all the time, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I love the sound of my own voice. But it allowed you guys to just engage with each other. And so so I did really, like, I am glad that you guys took that on and did that yourself. But there is a lot in this module that asks you to kind of suspend your disbelief, because they, like, I haven't played into it too much, but after the first year, you guys are like the heroes of Strixhaven, and, like, you are lauded as the heroes of Strixhaven, and everyone talks about how amazing you are because you thwarted some black goo. And
what?
Where
was the goo? Like, which goo is this again?
It was the spring that we purified.
Yeah, and it was causing all the other creatures we found to, like, get more powerful and bigger and change shape.
Crazy.
I assumed that it was like we're on Spider-Man rules where no one even knows we did anything. Because, like, why would that have been made public, right?
Because
like,
that's how I've been playing it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, in the same way that like you know, the book series that shall not be named, it is very much like that of like, why are we lauding, like why are we hyping up these children? I mean, you guys are at least adults in this, but you're still students. Like, you're still like first level when you start this campaign. And so it's very I've been kind of playing down that and have been playing you more Superman rules.
I think that's good.
And much more. I'm glad that you guys have been liking that, because I feel like Kai would have really played in to the, oh yes, I am a hero, Strixhaven, and that would have been very fun in that aspect. I think that's going to happen more next year, because like the Mage Hunters is a little bit more of a bigger thing. It wasn't you purified a swamp, you very publicly defeated a lot of bad guys this year. So
well, that's Kai's psychology too, right? Like, unless it's on, if heroics aren't on display, they're not worth bragging about, because you got no one to corroborate it.
Exactly. And
also,
now you have a lot of corroboration.
he was out in a lot of that fight because, he was out in a lot of that fight because of the Emerald. So he's got nothing to brag about.
Which was a very fun twist that definitely would have had, like, you know, I find, and maybe this is just a thing with modules in general, and I'm sure you guys can agree with this, is like, they just can't think of everything.
No.
I find some of them are like, yeah, they really can't. And it's, module writing is often very frustrating, and it's very frustrating when a module assumes things rather than like leaves things open to interpretation. And I don't know how much this one's doing that, but a lot of modules from Wizards of the Coast that I've ran have had things like, yes, if a player has remove curse prepared, they can do this, but otherwise everything goes horribly wrong. And I'm like, how often is remove curse like on your sheet? Or it's detect magic constantly, because detect magic's a really bad spell compared to a lot of other versions.
Or like
of it
all the
games.
spells that could have done the
beginning in
test
Dragonlance.
for the
Instead, Jen
literally didn't have access to any of the spells they suggested, including one that was a second level spell at first level.
Yeah, they some of the logic's kind of weird. I feel like they don't go through editorial. Or they don't go through editorial.
They do, but it's the fact that they have to bang out these books within X many books per year, right? So they don't have a thing where like, well, we're not ready yet, we got to push it back. Stockholders were suddenly given recognition to how much money Wizards of the Coast of Hasbro makes like the percentage of Hasbro's money. So everyone's been pushing for more Wizards products, right? So back in the day, Hasbro just says, we have Wizards of the Coast, we're making this much money, but we're not telling you how much Wizards is that percentage. So everyone left them alone for the longest time.
Yeah. So you mean corporate greed is causing a dilution of products that's making it worse for everybody?
Greed is exactly what caused all of the nightmare stuff that's been happening recently.
Oh, yay, the Pinkertons.
I think my opinion for this module, I think it is a good. I know.
I'm just letting the audience know, because I know one person's going to watch this and be like, he supports the Pinkertons. No, that's sarcasm.
Yeah.
You always got to confirm.
I think this module is good for a table at home. I don't think this is necessarily if you want to do all the like interactions and the going to classes and getting it like working through jobs and stuff. I think that's very much a home friendly game, because even if you want to, you could like have a couple games where you rotate out your players and have like a couple players go through their daily school stuff, and then the next week would have something else going. So I think this module is like Christa said, really good for maybe a brand new DM that needs a bit of help with like how role playing works, from like maybe going from a combat heavy thing. But I think it's you've put in a lot of work for making this module very stream friendly, and it shows, and we do it really well. Like, you've done a really great job, Christa, doing that and handling the twists and turns of this module. But I think it's definitely a good home game.
So actually,
I think as well. I think the fact that we're trying to push through a lot faster, and like the 2 years, quote unquote, we're probably going to be pushing even faster. But I think if you're just trying to have a nice cozy at home, like play your day-to-day lives, I think this could be a lot of fun.
It could. How have you appreciated it? So as Robin was saying, for new DMs, like this is like the first time that you've really ran a game. Like, how have you found it for helping that up and helping, you know, push roleplay? I mean, you've got a pretty roleplay friendly cast, but like, how have you been finding it? Like personally, what's your opinion?
Yeah. My opinion is the heaviest lifting that I have had to do is make you guys care. And maybe because you're all like experienced role players, you probably would pick up and be like, oh, this is where we're supposed to go, right? Like, I think you would do that. But I feel like a lot of the time it's like, I feel like to make you guys invested, I have to put a lot in. And maybe that's me just thinking it myself, like maybe that's just me in my head about it. But I read a thing and it's like, yeah, you know, the players will be approached by this person who asks them to do this thing. And I'm like, but why would they do it? Like, there's no reason for them to partake in this. And so, yeah, I feel like that has been the biggest kind of struggle for me is because even a role player, like, I mean, Kelly and I kind of struggled with this a little bit more deep because I was playing a character that was very quickly backing away and not wanting to partake in the story. Sabina very much was like, nah, I actually don't want to save the world, guys. Can I not be here? And so I was kind of struggling, being like, okay, why does she want to? Exactly. Like, Christa need her to be there, but like the character, I'm trying to come up with reasons that the character would be there. And you know, and Kelly very kindly like worked with me on that and figured it out. Not obviously worked in the end. But like, I always try to find the reason, and because like, you know, you need a reason to do something. You don't just do it. I feel like you guys have definitely taken bait that was not very good bait. I laid out like a mushed McDonald's cheeseburger and was like, yes, follow the delicious dinner.
Wei will eat that.
And yeah, I've seen Wei eat a lot of cheeseburgers.
You're not a masturbator then.
I am not a masturbator.
I think she's been pretty masterful. We've all taken it.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
I think it's more you guys very much understanding. Be like, I see where she's trying to go with this. I understand that they're trying to get this. I'm just gonna go ahead and follow this line.
I suppose what you're saying is we are all masturbatees.
Yes.
Yes. There we go. That must be it.
I think that's just the aspect of improv and also the show that we do. Like, it's just like
the yes-anding.
Yeah, yes. We can kind of pick up what's trying to happen. It's like, yeah, this is we need to get onto plot. We've been fucking around for an hour and a half in this game so far. Chris is trying to move us along. Maybe we should actually do it. It's kind of the like, okay, at a point you start to feel bad for how off the rails we've gone, and it's like, okay, let's get back on the tracks now because
we need to do some rails, guys.
Just rail us.
In a much yeah, get railed, god damn it. In a longer form game, I think it would be very different as well. Of like we've said, a home game of this where you could just breathe into it. I mean, you could play this as your first year is 8 months and just chill and just play in the world and exist and play your weekly or bi-weekly game for a number of months. I think you could really, really enjoy that. But we unfortunately are on a bit of a time frame, and we also want to make it a story for people. I was actually discussing with my partner Mitchell, who I think is in there in the chat here. I was saying that the big difference. So there's a lot of people that really like Critical Role, and there's a lot of people that prefer, I'm one of the people that prefers like the Adventure Zone and NADPOD and Dork Tales. And a big part of it is like Critical Role and us to an extent, we focus on the performance a lot more, where Critical Role is people playing Dungeons and Dragons, and like there's less. I find it's a lot more home gamey, which a lot of people like. Mm-hmm. And we definitely have a lot of home gaming aspects to us. But but I like that we're a little tighter. And I mean, things like the Adventure Zone and NADPOD, they edit a lot. And I like that aspect personally. But it does mean that like we fit to a tight, you know, it's like running a tight 5, right? Like you've got to have there's some background discussion. There's us talking about, hey, what's going on? What are we going to do here? Just FYI, like, I mean, Kelly on a number of times has been like, hey, if you haven't gotten into a fight by 45 minutes, can you try to start a fight?
Yeah. If you haven't reached the bar, what bar? Don't worry about it. When a bar comes up and you have the opportunity to get to it, maybe get there before the break. You know, like just little, like it's not spoiling the plot, but it's like, hey man, we're like on it. We got like 3.5 hours to run this thing tonight because, or maybe even less because someone's feeling queasy or someone just had a baby or someone just has to work in the morning, or this is the problem with not being like, not having this as a full job for everybody. Unfortunately, I wish I would be so good if this could just be everybody's part-time job.
Well, I know it's unfortunate that we have to,
thank you, patrons.
Like, we have to make a living and pay rent and unfortunately I wish Kelly could employ me full-time to do this. I would love to devote all my energy and costuming towards this game, but unfortunately I work, you know, we all work full-time job, and like Kelly works, they're like quality of like many full-time jobs when it comes to editing and everything too. Like it would be great if
I have a part-time job on top of this, so hey.
Yes, and you have a part-time job on top of that as well.
All the jobs.
It's just unfortunate. We wish we could devote all of our time to this, but it's still it's a hobby for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it looks like Raven with Baubles is saying in the chat that I wrote a better Strixhaven game than Strixhaven did, and I'm okay with that.
Well, like I said, Strixhaven I think would be better if it didn't have a big bad, if it was just a bunch of random stuff that happened at the school year, because that would be fun. Because you can still have all the little fights.
Interesting thing about this campaign, which is very cool, is you can run it as a 4-year run, or it does have alternate endings for each year. So you can run year 1 as its own entity and year 2 as its own entity, which is very cool. And I do like that aspect about it. I think that is a neat feature that we haven't been partaking in a lot, but I do like that that's an option, because if you wanted to like fit your 6th level characters in and be like, we're going to show up for a year at Strixhaven, and you can kind of fit it into your own campaign, and that's kind of fun, right? Have we announced what our break games have going to be yet?
Do you want to announce that, or is that going to be? So we'll be back in 2 weeks. So folks, after tonight, we're switching to Tuesdays. So it's going to be off week Tuesdays, opposite Shards of Nirn. So you'll be on Shards 1 week and then with Strixhaven the next, so that we can make way for Fandelver to take over Monday in a couple of months. Which the cast for that's going to be pretty dope. But do we want to say what's happening? We were going to do some summer school games, but then there was going to be
housing issues happened.
There was a flood. And it was caused by a fish tank apparently, which is ridiculous.
Oh no, that's right.
Yeah, no, it's even funnier. I'll tell you later. So we will. Yeah, no, the chat just said that you definitely display loving. So yeah, Wei, I know you got to go in a sec. Do you want to say what's happening before you go?
Yeah, I'm going to be, Celdrynn is going to be running a Pathfinder game for his friends. So look forward to seeing these characters playing other characters, being other characters.
I'm playing a dude dressed like another dude disguised with another dude. All right, nobody Robert Downey Jr. up though. No drow.
Yeah.
That's gonna be amazing. Yes, Wei, I know you got to run. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for being wonderful, Celdrynn.
Bye.
We'll see you later.
Bye, Wei.
Thank you.
I'll miss you.
You can go your own way.
Go your own way. All right, so that's going to be a good game. We were just during the break. One of the reasons we were away a little while, we were looking at like crops on online shopping together. We're like, "How about this? What about this?
What about this?
That'll be good.
What do you think about this?" And that is very sweet of you, Raven. I do really appreciate that.
Dude, your breaking is just so good. It's so good, Christa, watching you break. Like, you know,
I'm
wish we
my
had a
face
counter.
always hurts after these games.
I know we actually need a command counter for Christa.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna need one for you too.
I know, for Radiant
Yeah.
Citadel. Oh god.
Yeah, I just want to encourage you guys to have fun and to have you know that yes, it is very much appreciated and your jokes are very much caught. And I love it very much.
We're a funny crew. We're a funny crew.
You are. You're all
And
very,
not just
very
looking.
I know, right?
It just helps. Okay, so what else do we want
I said not just looking.
I know, but I said
I
it
said
helps.
it's on
I was just
top.
saying it helps. I was just saying it helps.
Ah.
The snorting is what does it, really. So, other fun things about Strixhaven. So, Kel is editing my modules for Strixhaven. The first one is done. I need to pour through to make sure that it's up for for Dungeon Masters Guild, but that might be for sale probably in July. I'll work on it through June and make sure it's up, and then so the summer modules should be available. And nobody will buy them because no one's bought Strixhaven since 2022. But, you know, could be fun.
Hey, yeah, no, I think, and I don't know, like, I know when a lot of people were asking about us running this module, which is why it became a Patreon thing, because I was like, because Kelly's like, well, I don't know if I want to run this. And I was like, if people want it, make them pay for it.
Dude, like, yeah, no, you're right. And that turned out to be really well.
Yeah.
People keep asking me about a couple of others. They keep asking about Tyranny of Dragons.
Yep.
They keep asking me about Golden Key, or Keys from the Golden Vault.
Yep.
And they keep asking me about... What's the other one? There's another one that a couple of people have said that they want...
Avernus?
Yeah.
A couple of people have asked... Not
Was it
recently.
Dragon Heist?
I think Dragon Heist gets brought up, and I'm
We've
looking
had
at
a
it
lot
right
of-
there. I have considered running Dragon Heist on off Sundays or something, or Keys from the Golden Vault, maybe. I got really
Kelly.
bored and I designed the overlay for it. But
When is an off Sunday?
Yeah,
at
exactly.
this point, not much, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't have those
don't have-
anymore.
No, I
Those are
actually,
full.
I am either filming or recording every day this week.
Yeah.
So much so that I had dinner plans with a friend that I haven't actually seen in person in months and months. I just made dinner plans, and then I looked at the schedule and went, "Oh god damn it, I'm recording Hunter."
Oh, did you cancel something for that?
No. I had Hunter before. Hunter was first, but I
There you go.
forgot to put it in the
I know, but
schedule.
you canceled your dinner plans for Hunter.
Yeah, I got to get it done. I promised the stream.
Well, and I think that's something everyone sort of needs to acknowledge is about, like, and it's one of the many things that Kelly just absolutely dedicates is, like, even the free content is incredibly important to him. Like, the stuff that goes out even before there was a Patreon and even before we had Patreon exclusive stuff, like, sometimes life happens and things get delayed, but it's never for lack of or want of trying.
I try.
It's usually because life situations come up, and you know, all of us are some version of neurospicy, and you know,
That's a
we
good
do
way to
what
put
we
it.
can to fight through that, right? And so life and mental
Speak
stuff
for
happens.
yourself.
You're not neurospicy.
You're so normal, Brynn.
You're just the normalist.
What's
man.
normal? What's that word mean? What's normal mean?
Some type of bug.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Nobody wants that.
It's when you have an angle that's like perpendicular to another.
No, that's
thing,
acute, like you.
and it's normal.
Thank
No,
you. I appreciate
it means it means, yeah, and it definitely means a lot to, like, to all of us as well, the fact that you guys do want to invest in us and invest in Kelly's craftsmanship, and allow us to do all of this, because I mean, all of us want to play D&D all the time and want to play Mage and all of our fun games, and this sort of gives us an opportunity to, and I think, like, I mean, I think we've talked about this before, Kelly, of it's really hard to get people together to play a regular game, but when it's streamed and there's an audience depending on you,
Yeah,
It's
like
a lot more pressure.
Honestly, it's the easiest gaming that I've had in like my entire life is getting people to the table for stream. Like it's it's great because it's like, no, you made a commitment. Like we got art, guys.
We've invested money.
Like I'm bleeding money here. Show up, please.
I think that's also like for the players too. Like we invest in things for like our costuming and art now when we can. Like it's great that like you're able to contribute and actually help a lot with the art. But for like the first year and a bit of like Dork Tales, it was us buying our art because we love getting art made.
I wasn't making any money.
Yeah, exactly. You weren't making money, and so we're like, well, yeah, but we'll still contribute to art because it's cool.
Yeah,
and like I got a full bust done of Ivy, and like Kayla's is super fancy style. Like I got that extra because I just loved that character so much and wanted to see her in like beautiful detail. But it's like it's an investment for us too, and so like streaming, it's like I've bought costuming, I've put effort in. I want to show up because otherwise I'm burning money at this point. Right. And I'm broke, so me choosing to spend money on this is like, I want to get my money's worth, damn it.
It's one of those things where like I know like it's nothing is cheap, right, in the world, but it's kind of nice to like have that like where we go into this and it's like, okay, like, you know, you buy a nice microphone, you buy a camera or something like that. You're like, well, I mean, how much would it be to go to the movies a couple times? You know?
Yeah.
It actually works out pretty well.
Too much.
It's too much to go to the movies. I try to go as often as I can because I'm a cinephile. And
my mother retired last June. But of course couldn't stay out of it, so is now TOCing. So she was a teacher for 30 odd years, and now she's back being a teacher on call. Yes, subbing, being a substitute, and only goes in to the school that she taught at for 27 years. Like doesn't go to any other schools for calls, and usually only does it for her friends that request her. So she still goes like 2 or 3 times a week, which is crazy. But she now measures the landscaping that she's getting done in how many shifts she has to work.
Oh my god! You know what?
It's very cute.
We are getting a
very. I'm gonna have to do like a tour of it. Like you guys are gonna have to all come over and see it. Because Kelly and Robin came to crash here when Robin moved, and I believe Kelly said, "Are we the only ones that aren't rich?" Referencing my house.
Your house is really nice.
Oh, it's like that.
I grew up in a ranch home, and I was like, "What the hell? You got 2 upstairs, boy."
Yo, have you been to Christa's grandma's house?
Oh no.
Yeah, there's like
that
over bridge. It's weird. Yeah,
it's like a castle.
My parents bought property. We live on 5 acres. They bought property back when nobody wanted this area and back when building was really cheap, and they built the house. And so very cheap. But if you thought that before, we're getting like a 15 by 10 waterfall in the backyard.
I'm sorry, what?
You have Kai's house?
Right from the first episode.
Welcome to my crib, yo.
The land.
You have to go over as Kai, Kelly, and take like a video for your Stanley fans.
Absolutely do photo. Yes.
Okay, I will start hitting the gym constantly.
There you go. We were supposed to get this very, very tiny, like mini creek. It was supposed to be like 6 feet of like little river rock with like a couple of these sort of bouldery type things at the end. It was very little, very tiny, didn't think of anything. The landscaper shows up with his like 10 boulder thingies. And then the delivery truck arrived that was supposed to be river rock, like little river rocks. And it was a truckload of boulders. And the landscaper was like, and so he couldn't do anything with them. So he was like, how about we give you a giant waterfall for the same price as we were going to give you this tiny creek? And my mom was like, I guess so.
Wow. Okay.
That's awesome.
It's insane. So yeah, it's gonna be wild, but we definitely need some photos of Kai on there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So yeah, so other things, just to let you know, Christa, you mentioned earlier that we're going to be kind of like pushing to get the last two books done, and that's because you have a bunch of life stuff coming up, so you don't want to be running this into 2024,
Yeah.
or even late 2023
Yeah,
if you can help it.
Yes, I'm potentially I've talked a little bit about my work and the fact that I have to like do some school to keep my job. I've officially applied for that position last Thursday. So I
Yay!
should know this week whether or not I get it. I have
get
done
it.
one course that was like that was like a self-led course. Basically, the only reason I wouldn't get it is if someone else miraculously applies when they've never applied before, and all of a sudden has a whole bunch of procurement schooling. So hopefully not. But if I do get this job, I will be going to at least one evening class a week, and I don't know what day that's going to be, and I won't be able to work around that because I'll have to go to that class. I think it's on Thursdays, or it was at least on Thursdays last year, so I'm hoping that that's not going to mess anything up. But yeah, so it's just going to depend on which course I take for that. So that might cause some issues, but yeah, I don't want to be running this game, and if any other, like, I'm, Kelly always wrangles me into something, so obviously I'll be playing in another game, but whatever that other game may be,
You're a star, baby. You're a star.
I don't want to end up in more than 2, and so I would, if I can wrap Strixhaven relatively soon without forcing it, then I would like to.
That said,
So
if anybody else on the Dork Tales team wants to run a replacement game in 2024, let me know. We could see if at 200 patrons we'll run Golden Compass or Golden Vault.
Golden Compass.
I gotta be a bear. I'm a bear. Dibs.
I will play that game so quickly. I will quit my job to play in a Golden Compass game.
Let's do it.
No, don't quit your job. No, bad.
Okay, but you need a full bear costume.
Where is it? I have a Panzerbjorn.
What?
Of course you do.
That's what they're called. They're called Panzerbjorn.
No, I'm saying
They're
what you
armored
have
bears.
one.
I have one. The only good thing to come out of the movie with Nicole Kidman was merch. I have a Panzerbjorn.
That fight was pretty dope. Just that knocking the jaw off. I was just like, I was so bored in that movie. I'm like, this movie doesn't make any sense. This is really, holy shit.
Yes, and that's in the book. That's what's crazy. They describe the viscera, and this is like a children's book describing.
I think children's media should be harsh.
Is it a children's book though? Like,
it is.
Have you read the third one, right?
Yes.
It's like pretty like highbrow children's book.
Oh, it is.
Like for kids who do a lot of MDMA.
I read that book
Yeah,
when
kids.
I was 12. I read the first one when I was 12. I think I finished it by the time I was 14, because it's a trilogy, and it changed my mind. Like, it changed my entire brain chemistry on what a book could be, and it was stunning. And I will never not be able to say how incredible the Golden Compass, his Dark Materials series is. Especially, I'm not gonna lie, especially if you are religious, like, or if you're Christian leaning in any way, it will make you ask some questions.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's so good.
The
movie did it real dirty.
Sorry, on stream, have other people here finished the series, like read the third one?
No. I think I read the wiki.
Y'all should read that shit. It is wild.
I played Bioshock Infinite.
Like,
isn't it the same thing?
The Golden Compass makes so much sense, and the end makes sense too, but it's very different. It is like the Golden Compass is like a normal story. It's got a lot of weird shit going on, but it's like a story that like makes sense. And the ending of it is just like, anyway, they kill God, which isn't even a spoiler in a way.
They're not even a Final Fantasy game. How can they kill God?
Right?
It turns into a bit of one.
Yeah.
It's very-
I want to play the new one.
It is a very beautiful story about children and the fact that the
Killing
world
God.
Well, no, because they do and they don't. It is a very beautiful story about what the world expects of children and the weight that we are willing to put on them and the weight that we are not, and the fact that those are usually backwards, and that we put a lot on children but don't actually trust them with anything. And it is a very beautiful, and it is a book in which children are written like children. I find that they are much smarter than they have any real right to be as we think of children, but are also like, they make choices that children would make. And it is, I find books, especially books like the books that shall not be named, don't write kids the way kids actually are. And I think that we need to do that. But yes. Any final thoughts on this book that we are writing together, and things that you want to see in year 2, or things that you want to see less of? Well, thank you. I have very good co-writers.
Thank you. I want to flashback scene to see how Arlynn took the I'm going away. Because I don't think, Arlynn, you don't want to work over the summer for Kyle's dad, right?
I don't know. That could be interesting.
Think about it. Take a level of fighter. Come back, take a level of barbarian.
We'll definitely start year 3 with like some how things went over the summer, because we did realize there's a couple of flyers now. Ah, Popper!
Is that Dante?
So cute.
He is Dante.
Oh,
Jackson's with mommy. He always hangs out with Jill when they're home and doesn't even come around me unless he wants something.
Fair.
Like,
hey, Dante.
feeds me, then he just stares at me.
Yep.
Attention.
Good boy. Anyway, so what were we saying? Arlynn's gonna take a level of barbarian.
Anything else? Yeah, there you go.
Does Nell want to go on this trip, or nah? You got to go home and figure out your witchy ways.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't want to go home. So I think if Kai says this, she's gonna be like to my parents, like, she'll try and not go back home.
So he might float it. I think that Kai needs to get everybody into this green painted flower adorned carriage when we go around solving mysteries, the mystery carriage.
No, so I know Telbron wouldn't, but would Telbron know if Nell wanted to go? Because he would absolutely stop her if he can.
Dominoes.
Well, there's the question: are you going to stop her, or are you going to try to partake, or are you like? Because that could be a good use of like getting an in.
We just all abandon Strixhaven and go on we're playing a different game.
Yeah,
now.
I know, right? We're done.
Yeah, we will switch to Jinkies and
Jinkies
Apocalypse.
is a fun game.
It is. That's why I suggested it.
Yes, I am very excited. There's definitely a lot of things that need to be discussed, and again, give you guys a reason to come back for year 3. We're definitely going to have some time of playing out what happened and what made people come back and who did what. So I am very much looking forward to that with everybody.
Both of you assume that Telbron had a choice to begin with.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I need to present some options. There might be options. We might see what's up. We
have to go kill God and take MDMA, apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
Halfway there.
Yes. You need to cut through realities.
All right. So I guess that's going to be it for year 2. We'll be back in 2 weeks with Pathfinder. Strixhaven.
I know.
The metaverse.
If anyone, I am going to be playing someone. It's either going to be a random Strixhaven person, or if you guys want to put your requests of who I play as the base character playing someone else in Pathfinder, please put those recommendations into, for those of you watching live, please put those recommendations into our Patreon chat in Discord.
Put a poll somewhere for them.
Yeah, I know. I need a poll somewhere.
Yeah, I can put a poll up in the Patreon. Give me a list of every NPC you'd be willing to playing as.
Okay, I'll do a dig.
You should be the little gnome, Rosie.
Rosie.
Yeah, Rosie or Greta.
Oh.
A little gnome.
Rosie or Greta. Mac could be funny.
My favorite ones are Mac. Drajmir. I love my
I love him.
I love him so much. Rampart would be a lot of fun to play. I like him a lot. We haven't seen him or them, sorry, rather. We haven't seen them too much. Bagheera could be interesting. Oh, I'm forgetting her name now, but Telbron's fiance would be fun.
So why are we playing this game?
Yes.
I have.
Yeah. The one who came to play Spin the Bottle with us.
Yeah.
Could we have her back? No, that'd be so good. That'd be so fitting. You know.
I have one other option that's a little selfish. You could play Kai's little sister, and we're all stuck at his house.
Also, someone I considered.
Because Kai has a sister that's like 3 years younger than him. That's like already flying somehow, and is like a prodigy.
Noelle, I love
Noelle is the best. Like she was the best of us.
So good. Oh, I love her. Yeah. So Noelle is also an option. So there are many people that I'm very interested that would be very fun to play as characters playing as characters. I think it would be very funny. So yeah, we'll figure that out. Yeah, we'll either put up a poll, or if you want to put in your recommendations to put on the poll, if there's someone who has come up in this past that you would like to see.
Discord spoilers, maybe the Patreon spoilers.
Yes. Yeah. Put it in the Patreon spoilers. Because like Aurora would be a lot of fun, and definitely someone Celdrynn would invite. So yeah, or his ex-friend person would be fun. So yeah, there's a lot of very fun people. So yes, please put that up, and I will play whoever. It'll be good. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for joining us for this year of Strixhaven. It has been a joy and a pleasure, and I can't wait till next year. So thank you guys all so much. Stay safe, stay hydrated as we get into the warmer times here in the Northern Hemisphere. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere and it's going into winter, stay warm, but also still stay hydrated. Hydration is a year-round event. We love you very much. Thank you for our patrons for being here. Kelly, would you like to name off our patrons?
Oh God, would I ever? I need to thank my mom, our divine producer, Jan. I am a stepdad, Bob. I need to thank Precarious, our demonic producer. I need to thank our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric and the Ink Goblin. I need to thank our High Council of the Patreon, Taryn the Traveler, Buddy, Trazelta, Amberthist, Cubby Gummy, Raven with Bommels, Karasha Urquhart, Drew Thompson, Sergio, Chef Aladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, and Mike Baxter. Thanks for everything, guys. Like seriously, it's a pleasure and an honor. As we end this year, I got to say we have a bunch of great stuff coming your way. Besides Fandelver, there is a big project that quite a few of us are working on for December, January for more of the World of Darkness side of things. And I think you're all really gonna like what's coming. Plus, let me know if there are any other modules that you want us to cover. I know that Waterdeep and Golden Vault. It was like compass, no vault. Okay. And a couple of the other ones are real good options that we could look at doing. But time permitting, I'd like to only run 3 to 5 games a week. But thank you so much for being here with us. Stick around. There's so much more to come. That's what I got.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you all so much. We'll see you later. Love you all.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bye. Bye. That's a great note to go out on.